I'm even really sad if this series ends up getting axed. It looks like the author's taking in some heavy moves in order, and hopefully to get the series like stats boosted, because I think it's been pretty lowly ranked within Shonen Jump lately. I don't know how much that's really going to matter, if it maybe sells well when the volume comes out. I don't know. I don't know the answer on that one at the moment. But what I can say is I liked this chapter. I thought it was pretty cool. We had this guy, what was his name? I think he called I think the other dude called him like Professor D or Mr. D, which obviously stands for dragon, that being like this whole fantasy theme. But he's like talking about, it's like, oh, I know your weakness now, but that ended up not really doing anything for him. You just had Zipman just run through him. Zipman just tore through him, got off his wings, and ended up taking his zipper in the process. Then now he's facing up against the fire dude. I think his name was mentioned. I'm still looking for it because I think he called him something. But as it were, he's going against this guy. He's got a lot cut out for him. And when the dude pulled out some new, this weapon, he called it like it was a magic item, the seal of mirror of imprisonment. And because of that, you had like Koshiro end up getting like confined, I assume, with it, or some form of knocked out. Maybe it absorbs it, or it did something against him, shut him down, took the memory that was in the suit, rendered it moot. But that's not gonna make Anime really happy, because this dude's like thinks it's funny, pulls out his sword. He's got like this big opening to it. It shoots all this flames around it, which I think is really neat. I really like the cool like half mechanical, that mechanical built, but like a more fantasy design. I think it just looks really neat, especially when you have stuff like that. I really like the 3D printer weapon woman. I thought she had a really cool like setup. But the series is in some dangerous areas, because that's mostly what my thoughts on this chapter, because of the end. At the end, when the guy thought that he had been defeated, you see him come out in this like super buff state. Was it a full release zip form quad fusion? So he's merged all of these different ones together. So right now he's like a cool dragon dog, which is really badass. But it has me worried, because usually when like a series starts busting stuff out like this early, it's because the author has tried desperately to get the ratings like boosted. Hopefully this will get some attention, because otherwise they're going to end up axing it potentially. Maybe the people just really like all the stuff that's above it around because it's popular. They really hate it. I don't know. I think it'll depend on when Volume 1 comes out in a couple weeks. But again, I think this design is pretty cool. I think the design for like the full like fusion suit was cool, but I really like this one because I like the way the wings are designed. They're the same like way they have the rockets on them instead of flapping in the like fusion one. I don't know. I think they just look cooler in this version. But it's the mystery right now, because we don't know whether or not the series is going to get rushed and going to get canceled and be over by like chapter 16 or something. But I'm hoping not. We'll see. I haven't really heard anything about it from like anybody. Like nobody seems to really be that interested in it. I like it. I've seen a couple fans. I'm hoping maybe it'll pick up more. Maybe they'll give it more time and maybe push it up to, instead of canceling it like 16, they'll cancel it at like 20 or something. But at the point of Kaname is going up against this guy, and this is probably, I think, is going to be his first real fight in the series, his first like real like match to match, because this dude obviously is part of this big bad guy group. He should be relatively like well off like in terms of strength, but we don't know the extent of it. Meanwhile, if I know I'm bummed, I'm thinking of like, well, why didn't even speculate if we don't know if it's going to keep going or not, but whether or not these other guys are going to step in immediately, when he beats this one. But everybody moving up to it, were trash hammers, or sorry, I guess more if he was a trash hammer too. He's beating on him just to flex and just to beat him. But now he's in a spot against a big bad guy, the primary guy of the group. So the question will be is really like, how strong is this guy? But also, was this planned beforehand? Or is there a lot of rushing stuff to kind of like get people interested in the series more and way faster? Who knows? Not sure. But other than that, comment below. Tell me your thoughts about this chapter in the series. Like, do you want it to continue? I'm hoping it does. I'm gonna be really bummed out if it goes. Same thing with Undead Unluck or Guardian the Witch. I do like those new series. I think they're pretty good. But on that, comment below, thumbs up the video from the like button and the subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But I appreciate it. Already subscribed. Thank you all for listening. Bye.